Hello everybody, Drew here, Eternal Bloom, Montana, preparing for Miracles Homestead. Today we are showing a few fermentations we use for the garden and the homestead. Just easy, simple recipes. If you're on a budget, bananas, fruits, veggies, sugar source, a little bit of probiotics, and you can create your own probiotic fertilizers on a dime. So we're going to show you here banana ferment and our lactobacillus using raw milk from Jordan Homestead. So these are organic bananas and we're just going to chop them up. Then we're going to add our sugar source. We're going to let it ferment. So we're going to show you the whole process here. But this is just a quick breakdown of what we're doing today. So thank you for following along. Now we're going to begin our lactobacillus ferment. So we get jasmine rice, white rice. I usually use an organic or all natural heirloom variety of jasmine rice. And then we're going to add water to our rice. So we're going to make a rice wash. So here we go, guys. I'm just going to fill up about halfway in the bowl. We can use this rice. It's just water. And really what we're after is the rice wash, that kind of milky substance that happens when you wash your white rice. Hopefully we get some here and it's not pre-washed. Yeah, no, we're good. There we go. See that? We're getting that milky kind of water. And we're just trying to get a little bit of a rice wash, and we can let this soak for a little while. All right, now we agitated the rice, I think, enough. We're going to let that soak just for a few minutes while we set up our milk. All right, guys. Okay, so here we got our Jordan Homestead raw, organic, local milk. This is the best you can get for these ferments. You want to be as local as possible, raw and organic as possible. These guys really know their stuff. And so all we're going to do here is pour the entire thing in. I'm not going to separate it. We want everything in our glass jug. Oh, beautiful stuff. There we go. All right, now we're going to add our rice wash. Once we strain the rice from the rice wash water, we're going to add it here to our raw milk in our glass jar, and we're going to let that sit for a few days until it separates out to 3 distinct layers. So we're going to remove these stickers, start prepping these bananas. Our banana fermented plant nutrient, also called KNF or MNF, modern natural farming. So these are overripe. This is for fruiting and flowering plants. Potassium, magnesium, flowering ferment. Increase fruits, increase roots. So here we're just rough chopping all the bananas. We're throwing them into the bowl. And you want to use the skins as well. Once again, rough chopping the bananas. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just want to chop them up so we can get more of the surface area coated with our sugar source. Put in here in the bowl. And here we're just adding about the same weight of sugar. So we're going to try to coat this entire bowl of bananas that are roughly chopped with our natural sugar source. Easy peasy. And mix it in, massage it all. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Some people say 1-to-1. Some people weigh it out, measure it out. It's all good. If you want to, go ahead, measure it 1-to-1. 3 pounds banana, 3 pounds sugar. Use mules, eyeballs. And lactobacillus to ensure healthy bacteria. That way none of the bad guys get in. We already have a dominant colony of good bacteria, good guys, to outcompete any of the potential threats that we would have to come in and contaminate our fermentation. So we're guaranteeing success with lactobacillus probiotics. And there we have it, guys. Lactobacillus added to our banana ferment. And we're going to give this about a week. And we'll have liquid ferment of potassium and magnesium with some bioavailable sugar sources. Keep us going strong through fruiting our tomatoes and other plants. We're straining out our rice wash directly into our raw milk. All right, everybody, and we're almost finished with our raw lactobacillus ferment here. But once again, we're going to add our guaranteed fermentation success secret recipe, adding in lactobacillus to ensure we have that healthy bacteria ready to go. And our good bacteria is the strongest in the entire batch here. So it's going to pour some in there. And then finally, all right, last step here. You can use whatever you'd like. You could get fancy with it. You could just use recycled or upcycled materials. But we are just tying a little cheesecloth with some string. I had a line in a drawer here. And that's just to keep the bugs out, moths out, flies out, because we want this to sit at room temperature in a dry. We want to store this at room temperature, dry, about 70 degrees, about 50% humidity, and we want to get the local environment's microorganisms into this and culture this with our local environment. So about 3 days to 5 days in the summer, 70 degrees, from the farmers and the cows and everybody. Thank you very much for making this possible. Have a great day.